Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I've got 4 essential dribbling drills to add to your individual training sessions. Just before we get into them, I want to say a thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace is where I built my website, 7mlctraining.com, and from websites to analytics to marketing tools, they're the all-in-one place to grow your online presence and manage your business. But let's get into the first drill. So this is how I set up the first drill. I place down a straight line of cones. I like to take one step in between each of them. You can put down as many or as few cones as you would like. You can also increase or decrease the space in between them, depending on how much space you have to train. Then we're placing down cones to the side of each of those cones, alternating each side with each cone. So this is a staggered gait drill. There's 3 variations to it. We're going to go through each variation 3 times through. First variation is using the outside of both feet. So as you can see, we're rotating our body, hooking that ball, dribbling through the gate, and then to the next one. So we're trying to take one touch in between each of the gates. So it's all about being efficient and accurate with our touches, keeping a low center of gravity, so we have full control of the ball. Think of this as a dynamic ball mastery drill. It's a great one to start with, gets you warmed up, gets those touches clean before we go into some more intense dribbling drills. Then the second time through, we're going to use the inside of our feet. So we're really chopping down on the ball, hooking at 90 degrees, going through each of those gates, trying to be as efficient as we can. So again, we're going to go 3 times through using the inside of our feet. Throughout each of these variations, you should be getting an equal amount of touches on your right and left foot to increase your confidence dribbling with both feet. And then the final variation is using a combination of the inside and outside of both feet. So again, low center of gravity, slight bend in the knees can help you with your control over the ball. And we're just going through each of those gates once again, going there and back, and that's going to be 1 repetition, and we're going to repeat this 3 times. To set up the second drill, I'm keeping the same starting gait that I used for the first drill. Then I'm taking 6 wide steps to place down 2 cones, one in front of the other, 1 step apart. And then I'm taking another 6 steps to place another gate opposite our starting gate. So this drill is designed to work on our lateral dribbling, the ability to change direction of the ball for a split second and then continue dribbling forward. This is a dribbling method used by some of the best dribblers in the world. You'll notice it all the time. If you look for it, a lot of the players, instead of performing a move, they just change direction of the ball, go laterally for a split second, either to get around a defender's foot or between the defenders, and then accelerating forwards immediately. So the first time through, we're using a combination of the inside and outside of our feet. So we use the outside of our foot to hook the ball through the gap in the middle. Then we use the inside of that same foot to then push it forwards. So we've got 3 variations for this drill. That was the first one. The second time through, we're using the inside of both feet. So this is a la croqueta movement, shifting the ball with the inside of one foot across our body and then pushing it forwards with the inside of the opposite foot. So for each of these variations, I'd recommend going through 3 times through. So there and back is 1 repetition, go through 3 times in total. Again, this is the second repetition here. So as you can see, we're dribbling down the same side of the cones each time so that we work on both our left and right foot, or in this case, shifting the ball from right to left and also from left to right. Then the third time through, we're working on our sole rolls, so dribbling to the side of the cones, rolling it through the cones with 1 foot, and then pushing it with the inside of our opposite foot forwards. So for each of these, go through 3 times through, working on both your left and right foot. The setup for the third drill is very similar to the second. We're keeping the gates exactly the same. The only difference is we're taking the two cones in the middle that were one in front of the other. Now we're putting them beside each other with a little bit more of a gap, maybe 3 steps or so. And this time we're working on our ability to turn with the ball on the move. So you'll see midfielders use this a lot. They're able to lose defenders simply by doing a full 360 with the ball, drawing the defender in, allowing them to stay with them, and then they're just using the movement of the ball, keeping their body in between the player and the football to shield it and then escape with the turn. So the first time through, we're using the outside of both feet, taking little touches, as many as we can around the cones to keep it close to our body. And then once we've gone around each cone, alternating feet on both sides, we accelerate up to the opposite gate, and then we return to the start, and that's 1 repetition. So we're going to go 3 times through using the outside of our feet, and then we're going to do 3 repetitions using the inside of our feet. So same technique as we get to the cones, we're just taking those very small touches to keep the ball close to our body, being soft on the ball, low center of gravity with a slight bend in the knees to aid us with our control. And then we're getting around each side, swapping feet in the middle of those 2 cones so that we get work on both feet, and then we accelerate through to the gate. Set up the 4th and final drill, I'm just adding 2 extra cones to the exact same setup I used for drill 3. So they're placed at a 45-degree angle and about 3 steps away from the middle gate. This is a great drill for working on changing speeds with the ball. So we accelerate to the middle of those 2 cones, then we have to slow down, so we're working on our deceleration, going around the outside of the cones with our right foot, back to the starting gate, out again with our left foot around the opposite side. Then once we get to that starting gate the second time, we're accelerating all the way up to the end gate, and that's where we stop the ball for 1 repetition. So I recommend completing this one 3 to 5 times. As you can see, I'm switching feet each time I get through that starting gate, so we're getting a good amount of touches with both feet. So the key with this one is to take really small touches and hooking around the front of the ball to allow you to slow down with it. Being able to slow down with the ball and then accelerate once again is a great dribbling method for losing defenders. You don't even need to perform a skill sometimes. So repeat this one 3 to 5 times, and that's the dribbling session complete. So there we have it, 4 more dribbling drills to add to your next individual training session. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Just before I go, I want to say another huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace is where I built my very own website, 7mlctraining.com, and it's become the central hub of my entire brand and allows me to put everything 7mlc training related in one place, from my podcast to my blog posts, my mentorship program, as well as my very own 7-day training programs, which also includes Magnetico. So if you've enjoyed today's dribbling drills, you might be interested in checking out my very own 7-day close control dribbling training program. I'll put links to that in the description box below. But if you've ever considered building your own website and you don't know where to start, I would really recommend checking out Squarespace. They make it so easy with all their templates to build your very own professional looking website, and you don't need to know anything about coding or web design. And if you use that link in my description, www.squarespace.com/7mlc, you can get 10% off your first website. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure you smash the like button, hit that subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.